Johnny Depp verdict, live. Amber Heard fans accuse stenographer of bias for partying with Pirates actor. Johnny Depp emerged victorious in his defamation case against ex-wife Amber Heard following 3 days of deliberations by the jury, which also handed Heard a partial win in her countersuit. Depp sued Heard for $50 million for implying he abused her in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed. Although she didn't name him, he claims her allegations impacted his ability to work. She pursued a $100 million counterclaim. The jury determined Heard defamed Depp on all 3 counts and awarded him $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. Heard was awarded $2 million compensatory damages. The humbled actor thanked the jury for giving him his life back and said a new chapter was now beginning for him after 6 years. Currently playing gigs on a UK tour with Jeff Beck, the actor told fans he was still in shock. In a statement, Heard expressed disappointment beyond words and said she was heartbroken, claiming the verdict was a setback for women. She has decided to appeal the verdict and is unable to pay the damages. In the wake of the verdicts, the stenographer who chronicled the trial has pushed back against accusations she was biased toward trial wristbands on sale for $5,000 on eBay. Some spectators who attended the defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in Fairfax County, Virginia are now selling their paper wristbands online. Sheriffs at the Fairfax County Courthouse distributed wristbands as a crowd control measure at the highly publicized trial, which attracted a large number of vocal Depp fans in particular. Several people who were admitted to the courthouse are now selling those disposable, color-coded paper wristbands, stamped with their date of entry, on auction websites like eBay for as much as $5,000. £4,000. Trial stenographer denies partying with Depp. The stenographer who chronicled Depp and Heard's defamation trial has been dragged into a social media firestorm after footage of her hugging the Pirates actor went viral. In the video, court reporter Judy Bellinger was seen embracing Depp after both sides presented closing arguments on 27 May. Ms. Bellinger was forced to defend herself after Heard supporters claim the footage is proof of bias. Heard lawyer says enormous amount of evidence was suppressed in trial. A lawyer representing Amber Heard in her defamation trial against Johnny Depp has spoken out following the verdict to say that an enormous amount of evidence was suppressed during the week's. Attorney Elaine Breedhoft appeared on the Today Show on Thursday morning, hours after a jury determined Ms. Heard defamed Mr. Depp on all 3 counts in his lawsuit against her regarding a 2018 op-ed she wrote in the Washington Post about being a victim of domestic abuse. The jury also found in favor of one of 3 claims in Ms. Heard's countersuit, determining that Mr. Depp's lawyer had called her abuse allegations against her ex-husband a hoax. Heard unable to pay the millions in damages. Amber Heard's lawyer says that her client will be unable to pay the millions in damages she must hand over to Johnny Depp after a jury determined she defamed her ex-husband in the weeks-long. Speaking one day after the verdict was delivered, attorney Elaine Breedhoft told Savannah Guthrie while appearing on NBC's The Today Show that her client is absolutely not able to pay the $8.35 in damages that the Pirates of the Caribbean actor won after a jury deliberated for 3 days following the closely followed, and widely panned, trial. How much do Depp and Amber Heard owe each other? Depp prevailed in his $50 million, £40 million, defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard over accusations of domestic abuse last week. A 7-person civil jury in Virginia found that Ms. Heard defamed the Pirates of the Caribbean and Fantastic Beasts star when she implied he abused her in a 2018 op-ed for the Washington. The jury also upheld one of Ms. Heard's 3 claims in a $100 million countersuit against Mr. Depp and his lawyer, who had called her original allegations in 2016 an ambush and a hoax. Neither side got the full amount they wanted. Heard's sister breaks her silence following verdict. Heard's sister Whitney Enriquez took to Instagram on Sunday to say she is proud of the Aquaman actor despite last week's verdict. Yesterday, today and tomorrow I will always be proud of you for standing up for yourself, for testifying both here in Virginia and in the UK, and for being the voice of so many who can't speak to the things that happen behind closed doors," wrote Enriquez, who had testified. "We knew that this was going to be an uphill battle and that the cards were stacked against us. But you stood up and spoke out regardless." Hurd's options to appeal, evidentiary issues. Speaking to Clemens Michelin about appeal options, Jesse Weber, a host and attorney at the Law and Crime Network, pointed to statements made by Hurd attorney Elaine Breedhoft in interviews after the trial and seeking to outline possible strategies for Ms. Hurd's legal. The arguments on appeal are focused on what Hurd believes are incorrect legal rulings by the judge. "That is why making objections and motions during the course of the trial is so important to preserve these issues for appeal," he said. Based on Elaine Breedhoft's comments after the verdict, it seems they will be focusing on evidence that was suppressed at trial, such as medical records, and perhaps arguing prejudicial evidence from Mr. Depp was allowed to be. It also seems Ms. Hurd's team took issue with the fact that the UK ruling, where a judge found multiple instances of abuse by Mr. Depp, could not be presented to the jury. Mr. Depp sued the Sun's publishing company in 2018 over a headline which had called him a wife-beater. A judge ruled against him in the UK case in 2020. Ms. Hurd's attorneys could also argue there were problems with the jury instructions/jury form. Mr. Weber. Depp and Jeff Beck splash out $60,000 on Indian dinner. Depp and Jeff Beck racked up a massive bill at an Indian restaurant in Birmingham, following the actor's defamation trial. Depp has been in the UK performing concerts with musician Beck, even missing the final day of the trial for a show, when the jury announced the verdict on 1st of June. The two recently announced they will be releasing a new album next month. On Sunday, 5th of June, the pair closed Varanasi restaurant to the public, as they were reportedly joined by 20 other friends to share a meal. According to TMZ, the eatery's operations director Mohammed Hussain said Depp's final bill was around £50,000, $60,000, and in an Instagram post, the restaurant shared a few photos, along with a caption that read, "The most talked about person on the planet right now joined us for dinner last night." Hurd's options to appeal, damages. Attorney Lisa Bloom saw possible problems in the ways in which jurors awarded damages which could help with Hurd's appeal, Clemens Michelin writes. After they first announced they had a verdict, jurors were sent back, as it appeared they had omitted to award some or all of the necessary damages. They returned shortly afterwards, having awarded Mr. Depp $15 million and Ms. Hurd $2 million. Judge Phineas Carte adjusted the damages awarded to Mr. Depp to conform to a state cap. He has actually been awarded $10.35 meters. The timing of how the damages were awarded, to Ms. Bloom, seems very slapdash, and is an issue she would raise on appeal.